To gather all villains, Leedy announced his location in the newspaper, then set up at the Statue of Liberty. While waiting, the second gen showed the first his back scar from his first fall years ago. Suddenly, all three sensed danger. Dark clouds gathered as the villain approached, absorbing electricity. Using electric power, he could levitate in the air. The three Spider-Men jumped down with the cube, tossing it to the male after. Ned tried closing the portal, but couldn't. The second gen's attempt to reason with the electric man backfired. The third gen went for the device, but Sand People grabbed him. His web shot tripped the escaping second gen. The second gen's web to stop falling blinded the first gen instead. Their individual skills were good, but teamwork was terrible. They were quickly defeated. The sword became a tornado, surrounding the Spider-Men. Luckily, they'd fought with the Avengers before. From experience, they knew to focus, trust their instincts, and attack together for victory. United, they jumped down, working together to reach the Statue of Liberty, facing Electro, Lizard, and Goblin. They unleashed their powers. The Spider-Men agreed to tackle Goblin first, each pursued by a villain. Worse, he was hit by Electro, dropping the device. The first gen distracted Goblin but got trapped in stone. The second gen freed himself from Lizard, webbed him, grabbed the device and flung it to the third gen. The third Spider-Man flipped the switch and tossed it in. A hand emerged from the sand and activated the device at the last second. A golden light flashed, and Sandman slowly regained his true form. After defeating Sandman, they realized Electro had a weakness. If they could remove the reactor on his body, he wouldn't be so formidable. They tried to restrain Electro's arms and seize his reactor, but their efforts were futile as he easily flung them aside one by one. Electro focused his attacks on the second Spider-Man until his power-absorbing device fell to the ground. The first Spider-Man shot a web to retrieve it, but was intercepted by Doc Ock, who also grabbed Spider-Man too. He emerged from behind Electro and suddenly turned on him, freeing the two Spider-Men. He removed Electro's reactor and attached the power-absorbing device, restoring Electro to normal. The Lizard broke free from the webbing, using his powers. As he moved to join the fight, he heard Ned still trying to close the portal above. Seeing this, the Lizard rushed up. MJ and Ned dodged just as Spider-Man 3 arrived and kicked the Lizard away. The two fled the room with the Lizard in pursuit, stepping on Spider-Man as he followed. Ned ran in circles and accidentally opened the sea floor, releasing a torrent of water that swept the Lizard away. MJ seized the chance to turn him back into Dr. Connors. Ned randomly opened a portal to hide the magic box, and Dr. Strange unexpectedly emerged from it. He reclaimed the magic box, and prepared to confront Spider-Man for trapping him in the Grand Canyon for 12 hours. Just then, the first and second Spider-Men appeared, catching Dr. Strange off guard. Suddenly, the first Spider-Man's spider sense activated again as the Green Goblin appeared in the mist, hurling pumpkin bombs. Doc Ock shielded Dr. Strange, but the magic box was stolen in the chaos. A pumpkin bomb was wedged in, and the next second, the magic box exploded, releasing 5 competitive magic spells. The goddess statue's shield shattered. MJ and Ned fell down. The third-generation Spider-Man hurriedly rushed down to rescue them, just about to grab them, but was thrown off by the Green Goblin. The second-generation Gaffey also jumped down to save people, hugged MJ, and successfully landed. Maybe only the second-generation Gaffey knows that when you can use both hands to save people, you should use both hands. And you should absolutely not use Spider Silk. And Ned's hand gripping the steel pipe was suddenly shaken off, but the next second, Supreme Dupeng attached himself to him. Dupeng seems to be better to him than Dr. Strange, even personally delivering him to the ground. Dr. Strange is still struggling to move these spells, but now the spells have reached a completely irreparable situation. This time, it's completely out of control. The spells are destroyed, and the passages between this world and other multiple universes are successful. Still facing Spider-Man, he turned on the mouth cannon mode and then pulled out 2 sharp blades with his arms. But at this time, Peter was overtaken by rage. He just wanted to kill the Green Goblin. He knocked down the Green Goblin's blade with a single punch. The move was deadly, leaving no room for mercy. When he picked up the Green Goblin's flyer and wanted to deliver the final blow, the first and second generations didn't want him to go down that path of no return. So the first generation Spider-Man blocked this blow. Looking at the resolute eyes of the first generation, Holland Ty finally slowly calmed down. Just when the Green Goblin actually pulled out a knife and stabbed the first generation, the Green Goblin continued to attack with the mouth cannon. Holland Ty forcibly held back his anger and caught the sword tossed by the second generation and fiercely stabbed it into the neck of the Green Goblin. The first generation saw this scene and smiled relievedly. The Green Goblin finally returned to normal. Thankfully, the first generation was alright. Although all the villains had been subdued, the crisis didn't seem to have been resolved. With the brilliance of the forgetfulness spell, the battle of the multiverse also came to an end.